Dairy Queen is proud to be...
Hello and welcome to the U21 Women's Baseball Invitational here at Quarry Park in Stonewall, Manitoba. I'm Kevin Larson, with me Cassidy Denkuchik. Today we're starting it bright and early with Manitoba versus Ontario. We have a beautiful day here. The high is going to be somewhere around 30-31. I don't see a cloud in the sky. There is a bit of haze coming in from BC Fire, as I hear it's where it's from. All the best to the people out there and the firefighters. We pray for your safety and hope all for the best. But here in Manitoba, it's going to be hot. It's going to be beautiful. And when you think baseball, this is the kind of day I think about. You know, the sun's out. You got your sunglasses, your hat, and all that.
Well, we should enjoy the relatively brisk weather today, because I think on the weekend we might be getting up into the high 30s. So that'll be a tough day for the players out there on the field. But up in the morning, decent. Not much of a breeze right now. Keep you updated on the weather there. Manitoba going to be fielding first in the black shirt with white pants. Ontario in the red and blue.
Ontario won last year. They went, I believe they were undefeated. I would have to check that, but they beat Quebec in the championship game, and it was some great baseball. It was here last year, and we're hoping for the same. There we go. Find my list. So. But this game is brought to you by the town of Stonewall. We'd like to thank the town of Stonewall for having us. It's a great venue this year, as it was last year. Beautiful park. Your Quarry Park here in Stonewall.
Fines Fields, as it's called. Starting on the mound for Manitoba is Sarah Moyer. It's in these short tournaments. You can't win a tournament on the first day, but you can lose it, and you can lose it in multiple ways. You could burn out your good arms. So we'll be trying to keep an eye on those pitch counts.
Mm-hmm. Sarah, as well as being under 18, they have a binding pitch count, as well as, you know, even in the majors you have a pitch count. But so we'll be seeing if maybe that's why they have her today, so she can play again on Sunday. Need arise. I believe if she's under 45 pitches, she can play in 2 days, so on Saturday. So I wouldn't be surprised to see most teams throwing a lot more younger arms today that have that day break, 2-day break as needed. Yeah,
if you're under 45, there's a couple 16-year-olds, so that changes things a little bit. But for everybody else, if you're under 45 pitches, you can pitch the next day on no rest. But if you pitch 46 to 60, you need 1 day rest, 61 to 75, 2 days rest, and 76 to 90 is 3 days rest. So we'll see how pitcher management, how both these managers take charge there. Jeremy Colton managing head coach for Manitoba, Raf Chowdhury for Ontario.
And Ontario stepping up to the plate first, we have Lindsay Wilcox. She's 20 years old from Waterdown, Ontario. And Sarah, first pitch, inside, maybe a bit high too. 1-0 the count here. The very first inning of the first game of the U21 Women's Invitational. Second pitch, called high. 2-0 the count. Third pitch. Oh, nice. Good strike by Sarah Moore. 2-1 the count. Ooh, a little bit high. Tip back. He didn't even.
Yeah, umpire didn't even react at all either. Wow, took that ball, I think, right off the chest protector.
Mm-hmm. Made everyone but him flinch. He stood there. He got the call. 2-2. A nice slow breaking ball gets bopped out over right field dugout.
Good defensive swing there, staying alive in the count.
2-2 count here. Another breaking ball. Oh, called inside. That was close. It broke so much. Got to wonder if it just went outside. And called ball. That'll be a walk. Now we have 14, Stephanie Ellis. She's from Brantford, 17 years old. Be her first time today. Runner on first here. Pitch. Called strike. Sarah keeping runner there on first, throwing it to Jade. Letahowski.
Not too much of a lead there at first base.
Oh, she does go stealing, hit down a third line, and it goes foul.
Just foul. That almost caught the base.
Yeah. That was a great run by Wilcox there. She probably would have stolen the base had the ball gotten by.
If that ball hit the base, depending on the bounce, that could have gone. Wilcox could have gone all the way around, I think, home, depending on how fast how good she was around third.
Could have thrown it over to the dugout, just popped it weird into the outfield. Who knows? Another throw over there to first.
We'll see if Ontario keeps the steal on here.
Of course, you got these full-size fields. Center field is 400 feet, no different than the Blue Jays. That ball down, and Wilcox does. Oh, she does get the steal. Throws a little bit off. But a great place. Of course, our bat catcher is. Well, let's see here. I believe that's number 7, Caitlin Culleton. Good pitch popped up. That's coming right in front of us. Foul ball. Great play by Culleton. Just
Great camera work.
A couple feet more up high in the air, that would have hit the top of our tent here.
yeah. Then the kids running. Then they're getting bubble gum this year. It's usually the prize for collecting foul balls and bringing it back to the booth behind us.
Count at 1 and 2 now.
Another breaking ball hits the dirt, and Wilcox will run over to third.
Good base running from Ontario here to get their runner over to third base, just 90 feet away from opening the scoring here in the first inning.
I was saying before that pop-up that with these full-size major league fields, and you don't have the power of the majors, you see a lot more kind of slap, bunt, and run. Oh, that ball goes high, and it hit off her bat.
Oh, this is hit by the pitch.
Oh, hit by the pitch. Sorry, not the bat. She didn't really flinch much, too.
Yeah.
So I thought it must have hit her bat, but no, it hit her, and she'll take first. And we have number 41, Julia Jodoin. With runners on the corners and no outs here, it's a good chance for Ontario to take an early lead.
Ooh.
Not sure if Caitlin was trying to keep it and just throw it to Sarah to keep the runner on third, or if Sarah misread what Caitlin was doing. But That could have been bad. Runner walks over to second there, but they're able to keep Wilcox on for third base. 1-0 pitch. That's popped up.
Foul.
Got to see if we have any auto body sponsors with hits like that. Wonder if Glenn was still parked his car closest to our setup here, like I believe he did last year. That's another hard foul.
Goodwin trying to find a. Those are closer than they appear, I think, with the foul. Some nice swings.
You can hear kind of more their power, and she'll level it into the outfield if you give her the pitch. High pitch there, 2-2. Still in the top of the first with no outs here. Manitoba versus Ontario. First game of the U21 Women's Invitational. And that fills the count for Julia Jodine.
Nice vision here on the at the plate, able to work the count to a 3-2.
And that'll be up and outside. And a walk. Not the start you wanted, but out of the three, based on her walks there, Julia with runners on second and third, you don't want to let her bash it into the outfield and get 2 runs. So, although Emma Carr here, number 20, stepping up, cleanup spot. Last year we saw her; she hits quite well. So it's not a time to let up here. This is still a very dangerous time for Manitoba with no outs in the top of the first, bases loaded. Carr's from Toronto, Ontario, 19 years old. A high outside, 1-0.
Zoe Hicks playing third base for Manitoba, right on the edge of the grass. Anticipating maybe something on here.
Some hit and run baseball, bunt and run. Another high pitch. Called for a strike. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Nice, and tipped back. Emma thought she had it, but I think it broke just a bit at the end there. We have a 2-2. 2-2 pitch here. Sarah Moore pitching to Emma Carr. Ooh, little inside. Count is full once again. Low pitch, hit foul. The at-bat continues for Emma Carr, full count. Again, she has runners on every base, full loaded bases, no outs in the top of the first.
That almost jumped to fair.
Oh. Swing and strike 3. And good play by Sarah Moore to battle back and get the strikeout.
All of a sudden, Manitoba, after a bit of a shaky start, a double play away from getting out of this jam.
Yeah, you still have loaded bases, but going from 0 outs to 1, like you said, that double play prevents a run, where before a double play, and they still likely run one in, and probably a little bit easier for Sarah to breathe here. Pitch, little inside. 1-0 the count. Pitch a little low. Sarah looks a little frustrated with herself there. Released it a little poorly. 2-0 count here. 1 out, top of the first. Oh! And she hits. That'll bring home a run. That was Emily Baxter. I'm sorry, I forgot to announce the runner there. And hit by pitch, bringing home run. So Wilcox gets the run from third.
Now batting for Team Ontario, the designated hitter number 29, Maya Waldron.
Maya Waldron is up. Loaded bases, 1 out. Ontario has their first run here in the top of the first. A little high. One-0 pitch. That's a good pitch. Bringing it in. 1-1 is the count now. Ooh, another good breaking ball. Goes out into the parking lot. I think it may have hurt it hit a car. And we don't have any auto body shops on our sponsors. So if you're an auto body shop and you want me talking about you right now, give Glenn a call. Nice hit. It goes to center field and that'll drop. 1 run will score. We'll see if Jodine comes in. She turned. Nope. And she's held up. But that does bring in Stephanie Ellis. RBI single for Waldron.
Maya Waldron with the RBI single for Team Ontario.
So Ontario up 2-0 here. 1 out in the top of the first. And then 13, Hannah Chaco up to bat. Loaded bases. Low ball. Sarah just getting some planning with her team.
Yeah, she's had some nice movement on her pitches. Just a little off target here early in the morning.
Could be first game jitters. Could be, you're kind of national tournament. You're the first pitcher on the first game, and Ontario, of course, is a very strong team. Again, like we said last year, they're amazing. I believe they only had one player who was 21 last year, so most of their team is back.
No, one 20-year-old this year. No 21-year-olds for Ontario. The 120-year-old Lindsay Wilcox, who led off today,
So
drew a walk and came around to score.
Next year, we could have another very strong Ontario team with all players being eligible to return as Chaco drives that over her dugout. Count is now 1-2. One-two pitch here. Sarah Moore to Chaco. Breaking ball and drops in. That'll be a called.
That's
strike 3.
Top right-hand corner there.
Chaco wasn't sure, but I mean we have an angle, so it's hard to the left right. It's hard to judge, but that broke down, so it started high, but
yeah, that looked ball all the way until the last minute. Some great movement on that pitch.
Number 30, Caitlin Tamatsuku. Hoping to get another run here with 2 outs, loaded bases in the top of the first. Ontario is winning 2-0. She pops that, and first baseman running over, but
foul.
Jade Ledahowski not able to get there in time. Just a short little blooper.
Fielders haven't had much to do so far in the top of this first inning.
We got 2 walks and 2 hit by pitches, so moving most of the runs. Although Waldron did get her RBI single. There's another pitch inside, or sorry, not inside. That was a called strike. One and two. is the count here. Sarah trying to get out of this inning.
17.
Oh, nice drive over to right. Let's see if the right fielder can get it. And she's not able to. It drops down. 2-run score. And Caitlin Wilkinson, she hustled over, but it just blooped in. And second baseman Jamie Johnson as well was running back, but it dropped in between. And we have an RBI double for Tamasuku.
Tamasuku with the 2 RBI single. Pardon me? Not bad for Team Ontario with 2 outs in the first. Playing right field number 9, Jessica McPherson.
And Jessica McPherson up. Runners on the corner. 2 outs. Looking to continue this run early in the game. Hits the dirt, and Chaco will strut over to second. Two outs and runners on the corner. Often the first baseman will run to second, and often the defending team won't risk a wild throw out and just let them kind of walk over. And with that ball hitting the dirt, even more so. Second pitch, a little high, 2-0. Third pitch. Oop. Up high, but she's able to duck down underneath it. Sorry, this is Jessica McPherson up to bat, number 9. 3 balls, no strikes, so look to see an easy pitch come on in just to get that strike. Ooh. Hit her off the elbow.
Definitely.
That was a solid one there. It's kind of hoping cameraman Derek would be here, because I know last year he made a comment about leading into pitches, and you know, you hear ones like that and you can understand why it might help your team, but there's a time there where you just don't want it. It was a solid one off her elbow there, and I'm told cameraman Derek decided to spend the weekend with his wife. With such beautiful weather, you try not to blame him, but it's baseball. What's more fun than a baseball in beautiful weather? Yeah. Versus first inning brought to you by Sanova, proud supporter of Quarry Park and Manitoba Sports Network. 12 branches to Southern Interlake, Eastern Manitoba, and 3 in Winnipeg. Sonoma staff are here for their members. Sonova Credit Union, where relationships matter most. So Lindsay Wilcox, their leadoff hitter, has made it back around. She got on a walk, stole a base, and got in on a run, their first run of the day. 2 outs here in the top of the first. We have movement over in the bullpen. Looks like number 25, that is Olivia Sheldon from Manitoba, starting to warm up. There's pitch, tip back. Ooh, that just drove right back into the announcer's booth.
Whoa, wow.
Top of the stands.
That's impressive. That's with the height of the fence in front of us here. I didn't think you could get a foul ball going in there, but just arced perfectly.
High ball, 2-1 in the count. And Wilcox's name isn't that hard, so I don't think he messed up her name, but...
Just making sure everyone's awake. It's pretty early for, a baseball game, so...
It's true. It's a pitch. Oh!
Ooh.
That hit her square in the elbow, and she's not feeling good. Probably Ontario fans telling her luckily she writes with the other one. Ontario coach telling their team everyone has to wear an elbow pad, and out of the hit by pitches, I think 3 of them were in the elbows.
The 4th hit by pitch in this first inning. it's been pretty much all battle between the pitcher and the batter, as the 2 outs came from strikeouts here in the first inning. So
and now batting for Team Ontario is shortstop number 14, Stefan Ellis.
left. Yeah.
Left, right.
Yeah.
Sarah Moore throwing. First pitch strike. This is Stephanie Ellis at bat. She was hit by a pitch and stole a base and ran in. High breaking ball. One pitch popped up.
Foul.
High and foul.
Bases loaded again here in the top of the first. Ontario getting 5 runs on only 2 hits.
Yeah, both hits. They brought in 3 of the runs, and 2 runs have come in off of hit by pitches. Ellis ticking it over, and heard a small tick off the umpire's mask, but not as big as one of the first at-bats, where took a shot straight back into his chest protector and didn't flinch. Slow breaking ball, swing and miss, swing and foul. Early in the morning. I haven't finished my first coffee yet. Glenn complaining I didn't buy him one, but he drinks tea. Outside pitch, 2-2.
Yeah, Ellis doing a good job down 1-2 in the count. Some nice swings to stay alive. Works it now to 2-2.
Hit back to Sarah, and Sarah will be able to take the out there at first. And 5 runs for Ontario on the top of the first, and I'm sure Manitoba just taking a sigh of relief. But
you never like to have the order bat through in the first inning.
Yeah.
That's not a sign of that's not good for your chances for the rest of the game.
Indeed, and I know last year we had some games like this where in the first inning a team went up by a lot, and then the next innings the other team got more runs in those 6 innings, but they still end up losing just because of all that run. So you can still have a great game from here on out, but you're in such a hole. Look for Manitoba. They'll be bunting and hitting. And we'd like to thank the town of Stonewall. This first inning. We'll be back after this commercial.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none. The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents rivals any other community, which is why Stonewall is a great place to call home.
Welcome to MB Seeds. I'm Matt and this is B, and we're a family-run business. We've been operating since 2012, and we sell canola, soybeans, corn, wheat, barley, oats, and peas. We also run a cleaning facility on site just south of Low Farm where we can clean almost anything that you can grow. Come check.
The bottom of the first inning, Tess Foreman will be on the mound for Ontario. Some Ontario's kind of fans back into our right here. You can hear them cheering once in a while. Manitoba, I'm hoping they're off to our left, not more Ontario. Of course, anyone watching on YouTube or Facebook, we do like to read your comments. We update our pages once in a while to make sure we haven't missed any. If you have any questions, comments. I don't think there's been too many difficult names, so I haven't butchered a name yet.
No.
But now we have Caitlin Culleton, the catcher, leading off for Manitoba.
Ontario is pretty easy compared to other teams. As Culleton pops up here into the infield, and the pitcher will grab that.
Now there's a couple here, the Ledahowski girls and Humanic. See, look, I already
Humanic, yeah.
Humanic?
Yeah.
Is it a long or a short U?
Yeah. Ledahowski, you just gotta make sure you pronounce it like that Ukrainian name. Take out the C is silent.
Jamie Johnson up to bat here at first pop out. Bringing a quick one out here in the bottom of first. Nice strong pitch. Test. Well, you live in Manitoba and around these names, and you think you learn to say them, but then you have to say them on TV, and suddenly your tongue just... second good breaking ball strike.
Let's go, Jamie. Hit it hard somewhere now.
High pitch, popped up. Second or shortstop there will grab it. That is Stephanie Ellis. A quick 2 up, 2 down here.
2 away in the bottom of the first. Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Caitlin Hepner.
Caitlin Hepner coming up to bat. And talking about a young Ontario team, Manitoba has 2 21-year-olds, but doesn't mean next year they'll getting most of their team back. First pitch is a strike. I know last year there were some teams, I believe Nova Scotia was one. Might have been Manitoba. Second pitch down in the dirt. That had 14-year-olds even. And, that just means a lot of years of them here at the U21 Invitational here in Stonewall. Manitoba. Second pitch called outside. Some O's by the fan here in Ontario. Is nice and close. Again, coming from that angle.
That's a good pitch, right. Even if it's off the plate.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can get people reaching and swinging, and she gets her swinging there. Second strike. Two count here, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Another ball in the dirt. Fills the count. Ontario is up, getting 5 runs on 2 hits in the top of the first.
Right through the order, it was
I think 11
two walks and 3 hit by pitches over the course of that at bat as Caitlin Hepner draws the walk.
It's a good eye there. You're down that kind of want to do something to hold back with 2 strikes and let that walk come. Now up to plate is Jade Ledahowski. Jade's from nearby here in Toulon, 21 years old.
Yeah, for those of you maybe watching from Ontario, Stonewall's about 15 minutes north of Winnipeg, right in the middle of the Interlake, as Ledahowski fouls that one off. Toulon's about 15 more minutes north, right along the same stretch of highway.
And you keep going a little bit more north, and we find you up in Gimli somewhere, right?
Yeah, yes, right up in Gimli.
No, we have the car racing there in Gimli and Crown Royal, and there's not much else, is there?
Icelandic
Gimli Beach.
Icelandic Festival. That was last weekend. Icelandic Dagarden.
I'll take your word for that. Pickoff move there, trying to keep the runner close. Again, we'll probably see a lot more steals, bunting, and short hits here. They're at a full-size field, and teen and early 20 girls don't hit as many deep balls as majors.
330 to the foul poles. I know you mentioned 400 to center field, but grab those foul pole feet distances.
That's not to say they can't. Pitch high inside, and the runner will take second. I believe it was Julia Jodine, number 41 for Ontario last year. She hit some that went right to the fence in the track. Just really good power. So if you think about that, that's hitting a home run nearly. No one did hit one over the fence, but just being, under 10 feet away. Another high pitch, bringing the count 2-1. It was in the center, so about 370. So we'll say 360, 350 feet. That's a long way.
Maybe if she can direct that more towards the corner, maybe we'll see one this year.
Hit back to the pitcher. A little ground out to end the inning. So one base runner left on at second. As bottom of the first. So this first inning, it comes to a close. Ontario will be coming back out, and Julia will be leading off here. She reached on a walk in the first. We'd like to thank Canalta Hotels. 7-star commitment is in their DNA. They exist above and beyond service and welcoming and a comfortable atmosphere. They have amazing beds, a warm hot breakfast at no charge, and a 7-star guarantee that they'll enjoy today. Discover us at canaltahotels.com. I believe we have that on the screen for spelling. Oh, we actually have a commercial, so we'll be right back after that break.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none. The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents rivals any other community, which is why Stonewall is a great place to call home.
Leading off top of the second.
Pitching change for Manitoba. Olivia Sheldon coming in. Down 5-0, so.
We apologize for one of our camera shots isn't, I don't know why that camera is just not doing good with the bright light and autofocus. Second pitch down in the dirt, 2-0. So we're going to get a new camera there, like bringing you more than just one angle, so you can see all what's going on. Third pitch, strike. Now Sarah Moore, part of it could be a confidence team thing, letting up 5 runs, a lot of walks, but another going back to the pitch count, is very likely that they do want her to pitch again, and that was a lot of pitches in the first inning. So you pull her so she can pitch again because they are confident in her.
Good velocity, good movement. Just lost a little bit of control. Probably early morning, early tournament jitters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Julia thought she had the fourth ball, but called strike, fills the count. Another thing is her breaking ball looked good placement, but it was just a bit slow. Hard hit by Julia. It dropped down right into below the center fielder. Lead off single. But with this Ontario team who has just really good power all the way through, really good contact, I should say, and some power, those when you can only place breaking balls, that becomes dangerous because a breaking ball in the strike zone, I mean, you're going to hit that, you're going to put it where you want as well. So as Emma Carr comes up, she struck out her first time up.
Just foul. Ooh. This is brand new. Just getting the cellophane wrap off of our camera here.
That's plastic for those of us who, don't speak intelligent. 0-1 pitch, high outside.
You got to throw in the $5 words every now and then, you know.
This is why we bring in Cassidy. Because Glenn and I, we don't know these things. We 1-1 pitch. A little high.
Emma Carr up. She struck out in the first inning.
This is the top of the second. Ontario up with a 5-0 lead. No outs, runner on first. Inside, good eye.
Ontario showing some good plate discipline here early in this game.
Ooh. Oof. You jinxed it. Hit it right in the back.
Well, I mean, technically it's good plate discipline.
And that will put runners on first and second. For
now batting the catcher,
Baxter.
12,
Emily Baxter, she got hit in the first inning.
Came around and scored.
Olivia has a very unique overhand style. It is very, very much overhand. Popped up. A lot of you call them overhand and they're 30, 45 degree angle, and her angle's practically zero, and it's just very interesting to see.
I guess go with what works.
Mm-hmm. She has good speed. A little bit harder than Sarah. Olivia is 17 as well. Again, probably a lot more of the under 18s pitching today, so they can pitch again Sunday and Saturday.
That definitely that launch angle. That's such a drastic change that it might be to Manitoba's advantage, and Ontario trying to get a read on those pitches. Mm-hmm. Definitely a big change between the two pitchers.
2-1 is the count. You get so used to kind of the same generic. Oh, more behind, and that's the second time Baxter's been hit. That loads the bases again with no outs for Ontario. This happened in the first, and they were able to get 5 runs off it. Now we have number 29, Maya Waldron. Maya got an RBI single in the first. Came around for a run.
Yeah, Manitoba's young pitching staff, 2 17-year-olds, showing their age. A lot of control issues right now in this early in this game.
So what's my excuse at quite a bit years older and not able to make it to the strike zone, let alone hit it? Showing my age too?
Showing your age in a different kind of way.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. 1-1 is the count. It's a pitch, low. Runner's coming, and Julia will make it across the base on that pass ball. So that's the 6th run for Ontario. Of course, you hear my voice and you're wondering, well, how old are you exactly? You sound 18. And then you see my face and you're like, you look 18. And you see my daughter running around and she's almost 10 years old, and you're like, this is just weird. Ball in the dirt, 3-1. I reference my age, it's might sound and look confusing, but I am a lot older than I sound and look.
Maya Walburn up here now.
Up high, pops it up.
First,
Jade Ledahowski getting the pitch on the pop-up. Or, sorry, getting the pop-up on the pitch, on the hit. Wow. How many words do I have to use to say one thing?
Now batting third, number 42, Hannah Chaco.
It's the first game for us, too, so.
There we go. In the dirt. Oh, luckily it hits the ump and bounces back to the catcher. It's Hannah Chaco on base.
She struck out in the first inning.
A little up high. 2-0.
One out here in the top of the first. Ooh. Caught that. Looked like she was trying to check swing there, but just fouled it off.
Sent it into her team's dugout. Make sure that they're staying awake. Two on pitch. Little side and goes wild, bringing in another run.
Emma Carr comes in to score there. Emily Baxter moves on to third. Bumps the score up to 6-0.
7-0. I haven't put that run up yet, but that's the second of this inning, and they got 5 last inning.
Thank you.
That's good. I think I'm going to be relying on you for stats. My setup and your setup, yours looks professional, and me, I have chicken scratch around the page, so Chaco's up with a 3-1 count.
Ooh. That was way in the dirt.
And looks like maybe just some release issues again with that kind of high overhand. If released a little late, then that ball is just going straight into the dirt rather than. We've had a few pitches that at bat that did that, and unfortunately for Manitoba, that is another run in on a wild pitch. Caitlin Tomasuku, 2 RBI double, and again, just another ball in the dirt. Chaco kind of got a low running
hesitant start.
Yeah. I think she thought Caitlin Culleton grabbed the ball.
Good throw, too. So
yeah, almost
got her.
Close there.
But Clarkson moves up to second.
Another pass ball. And Chaco goes over to third. 2-0 count here. Olivia Sheldon just having some issues keeping them up. They're going into the dirt, and you just gotta release a little bit sooner on your pitch. Of course, it's easy to say when you don't pitch. Not criticism to Olivia saying I can do better, because I can tell you 100% confidently I can't. But again, it could be the venue. You're playing, you're representing Manitoba, all of Canada. It could be, again, early game, first game of a big tournament. 17 years old and playing against 21-year-old. Well, no 21-year-olds on Ontario, but
some action in the bullpen for Manitoba.
Laura Kilbry warming up. So again, because Olivia is under 18, a lot of it's that pitch count. You want her to pitch again. You might say, well, she's not having the greatest showing here in the top of the second, but I'm sure we'll see her again this tournament. And we'll see what they know they can get from her, and they're hoping that she'll just kind of settle down, get these other 2 outs. Tamasuku. Now a little high, so she did adjust to raise it up, but raise it up a little too much. But looking a little bit better than that string of dirt throws that she threw. Oh, unfortunately, another one. And Tamasuku will walk.
I think a bit of a laugh from Olivia Sheldon there.
As good that she, you see, especially in pro sports, when you're doing not the greatest or you're down and you're still smiling and laughing and people will criticize, but really if you're not having fun, win or lose, then there's not much point in being out there. So, high pitch, getting free run over to second. 1 ball here. This is Jessica McPherson. Up to bat. Yeah, laughing will get you into your zone and get you under control a lot better than being overly critical of yourself. So it's good to see, and Olivia just throws a good hard strike there. 1-1 pitch, a little high. You can see she's trying to readjust to bring him up, and if it's a little bit above the strike zone, is better than in the dirt. So 2-1 pitch. Of course, we have a full round robin here, so you lose 1 game.
Especially to Ontario, who were probably the favorites to win the whole tournament.
Yeah, again,
so if you're looking at tournament management, this is probably the not a game that you're going to want to.
Don't pull out all the stops here, trying to crawl out of an 8-run hole. Swing and strike 2, full count. You don't want to give up the game, but you want to maybe kind of shift, bringing momentum forward in the tournament and helping your pitchers, keeping their strike or pitch counts down. Called inside, and that'll be a walk.
Jessica McPherson drawing the walk there. This is her 2nd time up. Hit by pitch, 1st time up. Lindsay Wilcox up for the back up the top of the order. She walked and was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning.
Getting a little high.
Came around to score in that 1st inning as well. That ball in the dirt, 2-0 now.
Three and 0. The count.
Still only 1 out here in the 2nd inning.
And another walk.
Major League Baseball continues to be a significant contributor to the
And still working out some camera issues here as Manitoba 4-pitch walk there for Lindsay Wilcox will keep the bases loaded.
Of course, we'd like to give a shout out to some of the tournament sponsors. We have the Lumber Zone. They have an extensive delivery fleet with locations in Steinbach, Stonewall, and Transcona. And they offer more than just wood. The Lumber Zone is locally owned and operated by Manitoba. Email info@thelumberzone.ca to get a quote on your next project.
Amber Baker from Strathclair, Manitoba, taken to the mound for Manitoba.
She's a lefty. I made a comment last year. I think we saw only one left-handed pitcher all tournament. made a comment, told all left-handed girls there that like baseball, like throwing the ball. It's, you know, you might say, well, I'm not good enough. It's like, you know what? That's what coaching's for.
Now pitching for Team Manitoba.
Just practice, strengthen your arm. Of course, warm up, learn the proper warm-ups and cool-downs because you don't want to hurt yourself. But they're left-handed throwers for women's baseball is such a premium. So if you're a left-handed girl, and if you're right-handed too, I mean, baseball is fun, and I know last year when I was first called to the tournament, I made the comment, "Oh, you mean softball?" And they're like, "No, there's a baseball league for these women, and they have leagues. They travel. I believe some of them even travel down to the States during the summer to play. Well, I know some do. So if you like baseball, girls, right or left-handed."
I think this tournament's just a couple weeks past. There was a Women in Baseball week past. It was the last week of July, I believe. So good to see there.
Now batting for Team Ontario, playing shortstop number 14, Stephanie Ellis.
Stephanie Ellis is back up. Hit by pitch and a ground out first inning. It's 9-0. 1 out here in the top of the second. Ontario over Manitoba.
Bases are loaded.
Good hard strike. 1-1.
Lindsay Wilcox getting a four pitch walk.
Ooh, good breaking ball. Just catches the bottom before dropping and kind of freezes up the batter. Driven hard to third. Over to Caitlin at home. 1 out and 2 outs. What a great double play. And just
kicked off by Zoe Hicks at third. That's not a double play you'll see every day at 5-2-3.
No.
Some good.
So as we go into the bottom of the second, Ontario is winning 9-0. We'll be back after a commercial from our sponsors.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none. The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents rivals any other community, which is why Stonewall is a great place to call home.
Sorry for that. We're getting distracted being updated on position changes for Ontario.
Lindsay Wilcox, leadoff hitter, drew a walk, hit by a pitch, and walked. She was replaced on the base pass there. Number 6, Megan Crandall, coming in for her. And a defensive change, Jessica McPherson coming out. Coming in for her, Amber Flanagan.
And in these tournaments, you're allowed, being a position player, being pulled and coming back in as pitcher. So it could be something like that. It could be getting different people in because you are up by 9. First pitch here, up high. Zoe Hicks for Manitoba.
Well, Lindsay Wilcox is listed as a pitcher on our score sheet here. And Jessica McPherson is not listed as a pitcher. So.
You have the fancier score sheets than I, it looks like. Drove down. Oh, second baseman gets there in time, but a great solid contact by Zoe Hicks. It looks like you got a better page on the website, or maybe you typed it out yourself.
Myself.
Okay. Caitlin Wilkinson, number 8, up to bat. She's 21 from Eddingston, Manitoba. I'm from Manitoba, and I couldn't tell you where that is.
Zoe Hicks grounding out there. Of course, she started the double play from third base last inning.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Michelle online. Lynn Madison giving a shout out. And my mother as well. Always great when your mom encourages you at work. Ooh, inside 4-pitch walk there, and Wilkinson gets to first. Of course, Hepner did get to first on a walk in the first and stole a base, but we weren't able to do anything. So Amber Baker comes in. Of course, we like hearing shutouts. Shoutouts. We don't like shutouts, especially when Manitoba shuts out. But shout-outs from our fan, and I was a little sad to see BC was unable to join this year because they were such an active fan base last year. Both here... Yeah, they just couldn't get enough players to travel out here, so we miss you, BC. Both here, they had I don't know if it was a convoy or a bunch of people fly out, but they were the loudest. A cue to step up this year into that role, but they were the loudest fans both here and online. And
feel free to share as well online, as tweet it out, Facebook it out.
Oop, popped up.
That's popped up.
They're having trouble, and it drops between the triangle, and
some miscommunication in the outfield.
And the sun it's right there that it's shining on their eyes, and you will see that in the bigs too, where you get that triangle and no one has that good bead. It's somewhere in the sun. You just kind of hold your glove up and protect your head, hope it hits. Lauren Bray comes up. Lauren Bray, sorry. I had it right the first time. Comes up to bat with runners on first and second, and a good chance here for Manitoba to chip into this lead.
Down
1-0.
9-0. Every little bit helps.
Okay, 2-0 pitch, just catches the inside. 2-1. Drives it past the pitcher. Get one out on second. Will they go to first? Double play.
Double play.
Manitoba gets 2 runners on with an out, but not able to do something, unfortunately. We go into the third inning. Ontario is winning 3-0. We'll be back after a commercial break.
Hi, I'm Rick Funk from Funk's Toyota. Our family has been in the automotive business for over 45 years. That's 45 plus years of looking after customers. We have a top worldwide recognized product that we are proud to be a partner with Toyota Canada. Every new and used vehicle is negotiable when it comes to purchasing your vehicle here at Funk's Toyota. Our staff of many years is very knowledgeable and will help you, not force you with your buying decision. There are no hidden fees and no pressure tactics. Not only that, we promise what we deliver and have one of the best used vehicle warranties in the business. Our staff love to serve, and you will feel like family after your first visit. We are not perfect, but we love to please here at Funks Toyota. For those of you that have experienced our Funks Toyota family way, please share it with others and like us and share us on Facebook. We are proud to be a sponsor of the Manitoba Amateur Sports. Visit us online at www.funks.toyota.ca.
Playing first base, number 41, Julia U21.
I should never be on camera.
Glenn's saying he should never be on camera. He's trying to fix a camera while running a camera, so we had a blank screen after our commercial there. Julia Jodine, we're talking about this. We're not sure if they go Jodine or Jodouin.
Jodouin.
But anyway, she is up again. She has a single, reached on a walk, and has come home for a score for Ontario.
Come home twice.
Oh, see, look, your stats are better. I kind of...
Is that in your way, though?
Have to be like this.
Of course, just mentioned my mom giving me the shout out, and she's French, so she's going to be, maybe shaking her head at how I say a French name like that.
Yeah.
It was a hard hit. But shortstop, what a play by Caitlin Hepner there at short. Able to...
No drive for lineup. Shortstop, one away. Now batting center fielder number 20, Emma Clark.
Emma Carr coming back. She's been hit by a pitch and also struck out. Good play, and good. Hepner, although she doesn't make a catch, she makes a good play there too. She runs back, and when left fielder gets there, she just kind of slides out of the way, so there's no collision. And this is kind of what we were Manitoba was hoping for, to kind of just get things back, get them settled down. And
that's Lauren Bray with a nice catch there in left field,
and popped up. That'll be second baseman Jamie Johnson under it, and 3 up, 3 down, and that's just, that'll be a huge inning, more than normally would be in baseball after letting up 9 runs in 2 innings, and you just come up and bang, bang, bang against this powerhouse of Ontario.
Right in the tough part of that Ontario lineup as well.
Mm-hmm. Jodine, Carr, and Baxter. As we go into the bottom of the 3rd inning, we'll be back again to commercial break.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none. The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents.
All right, and we're back, top of the third. Or bottom of the third, sorry, Manitoba, down 9-0. First pitch, low. And it's Brittany Langley up to bat. Just fouled down the third base line. And again, we're kind of, our camera team's also our technical team here with our camera. So after these commercials, we're sorry for the longer blackouts. Ball into the dirt. Brittany gets a 2-1 count here.
Trying to set up
bottom of the third.
Nice angle through the fence here.
Nice hard hit. A little bit too hard, going right to the center fielder. She didn't have to move much, but just drives it way out there into the outfield. Yeah, most of those hits today have kind of blopped down before the outfielders, but that one, she decided she'd go a little bit harder than the rest, and sometimes you get that solid contact, and it's a great boost for your next at-bat. Caitlin Culleton popped out her first time up. Tips it down the line. The 0-2 count. Cassidy's been pulled away to help with this, so you're with me here. Manitoba Sportsnet. Fines Field in Quarry Park, Stonewall, Manitoba. Here we go. Here's the throw. A little outside. 1-2 is the count. Talked about it last year. I'll mention it again this year. Kind of wondering why Stonewall, when we have Winnipeg with so many baseball fields, just a little bit closer to airports. And nice drive. Second baseman gets there though. Carlson grounds out. But then I get here to Fines Field in Quarry Park, and then I kind of see this is a really nice diamond, and you don't have the Winnipeg traffic to contend with, so it's not a knock against the Winnipeg fields, but
this field used in the Pan Am Games,
and it's a wonderful field.
1999 was, I believe, even constructed for those games.
Strike and ball, first two pitches here.
Team Canada getting a bronze medal in those Pan Am Games. Bit of a crazy game there, defeated the States in the round robin play.
A little high, 3-1 pitch.
On a walk-off.
All right, there we go. Doug. Mm-hmm. Julia is Joe Dwin. Called strike, full count. Oh, nice hard hit, and it gets by the second baseman. And Jamie Johnson will get a single. And I mean, that's 3 solid contacts for Manitoba, and I think that'll just help ease up their bats. And 2 of them did go to the fielders, but that's no knock against their hitting. That's just fielder placing. You have 9 people out there in the right position, and hearing that clang can just really light a fire in the team. Of course, Ontario coach coming out because rallies do happen, and you're up by 9 now, but that doesn't mean you're going to be up by 9 in 2 innings. So when they are doing a little bit more solid, hey, let's figure it out right away.
Second baseman almost got to that one as well.
It was a great play. She was a perfect pivot, perfect timing, but she just ball was hit hard, and again, you can't traverse 20 feet in mere split seconds. So
Team Saskatchewan settling in, scouting out the opposition right behind us.
It'll be our next game now. It's nice to see Saskatchewan was not able to make it last year, I believe. I could be wrong in that, but I believe they're new this year.
Saskatchewan taking on Nova Scotia at noon.
Of course, we'll be here with that, Manitoba Sports Network.
And Quebec versus Ontario at 3, and Saskatchewan versus Manitoba. Little neighborly rivalry to finish off the night at 7 o'clock tonight, and that's our schedule for today.
Caitlin Hepner, first pitch ball. We also have opening ceremonies at 6 o'clock tonight. Called strike. 1-1 count. So we'll have that for you. Coach seeing something in those first 2 pitches, deciding to come out again right away.
The Toronto Blue Jays continue to be an integral
pitching change coming up here.
And again, that's probably a pitch count thing.
Looks like it.
Yeah, 45 pitches, right on the nose.
Right on the nose, yeah.
So that was Tess Foreman. So again, she is, let's say 17. Make sure she's not a 16-year-old, but yeah, 17. Yep. So
she is eligible to pitch tomorrow because she only threw 45 pitches.
Now I could be wrong. Maybe your sheet tells or not tells, but if she pitches 45 today and tomorrow, she is ineligible for Saturday, or you're not sure?
I'm not sure about that. I know. I think they're a little bit. I know that sort of thing comes in the younger tournaments, especially, but I'm not sure at this age level if that is there.
Yeah, definitely up to U16, and now you might say, well, this is a U21, but Baseball Canada monitors this, and it doesn't matter until you turn 18. When you turn 18, it's between you and the coach. But until then, 16 or 17 and under, it is monitored very closely. Every pitch counts. They count even intentional walks, so that comes into play as well. Or it might, but just to keep people's arms while they're developing and growing, don't want to overuse an arm and burn it out. And back in the day, it happened a lot. Now these days, they have these rules, and they have it all the way up into the majors now. You don't see my brother and I earlier this week or last week were actually talking about records that'll never be broken, and there's so many pitching in baseball because of that count. You pitch 200 pitches in a year, and you're almost an ace, or you're a top rotation guy, where there are people who have 50 wins in a year and 50 complete games, and it's just knowing the body more, and people seem to like to live comfortably after they retire sports, whether it's like me in their teens and 20s, or whether you play a full professional career, and it's a good thing. So you'll see that where, again, it's a 1-1 count. You never see that in the big leagues where you pull a pitcher unless he gets hurt. But here, 45 pitches, you pull her out, and Tess is able to pitch tomorrow.
Lachlan March from Toronto, 17-year-old from Toronto, stepping in onto the mound for Ontario. First pitch is low for a ball.
So again, we might see Lachlan again at 45, or if they don't think they'll need her tomorrow, maybe she'll get up to 60, or she'll have that day break. Breaking ball goes outside.
Ontario playing twice tomorrow, so we'll see only one time today. Manitoba having to manage with a 7 o'clock game tonight against Saskatchewan.
Ooh, hard hit, just foul down that third baseline. That fills the count. Yeah, because you got that 2 games tomorrow, you need so many pitchers in a doubleheader like that. The pitchers today, I wouldn't be surprised, even if they have an 18-year-old come in later in this game, that their pitch count is kept really, really low just to keep them. And of course, if you're a fan, you follow this team a lot. Nothing we say we're doing, or nothing we say. Oh, nice hit.
That's gonna. Oh,
center fielder's not quite able to make it. And that'll bring 1 run here.
Oh, trying for a triple. Will get there in the time with the slide. Center fielder going all out. Almost got there. Just couldn't quite.
Trying to pull a Kevin Pillar or, Superman flying, but that was hit just right between, dropped it perfectly. His first baseman, Jade Ledahowski's up. Grounded out first at bat, but with the runner here, third. And again, as 4 batters in a row, 2 of them did go out because I went to a player, but just solid contact. And there we go, Jade first pitch, but
nice catch.
A nice catch, just a little too far. It almost dropped down, but again, that's swings, and that can carry over and just help your team calm down, settle down. And again, you might not think, well, we're down by 9, we're going to win this game, we're going to come back, which again, it's not out of the realm possibility, but just to carry it through tonight's game and tomorrow and the whole weekend. Again, it's a long weekend. I will say this, last year, Cassidy, you weren't here, but Glenn and I were doing a game, and team was down by, I forget what it was, something like 6 or 7 going into the second last inning. And they came and they put up 17 runs and actually mercy ruled the team that they were down by 7, I believe it was 7 runs. And you just get a couple solid contacts and you build. So in baseball, there's so much, it doesn't look like it, but there's so much swing, there's so much, rallies are such a huge thing that Manitoba could really build on this. Even in the field, you get more confidence, you're a little bit more focused in it in the outfield, and they did really good. 3 up, 3 down last inning pitching wise. Amber Baker just throwing solid, kind of bringing that down. That it's a huge confidence boost. Even if they don't come back, these 9 runs, well now 8 runs is 9-1, but just to build into tonight's game at 7 o'clock.
And you're going to be looking at run difference as well and tiebreakers. Maybe tiebreakers the difference between third and fourth, and that could be the
Yeah. Or fourth and fifth would be the big one, because out of the 5 teams, only 4 go into the playoffs on Saturday night, and or third and second would be a big one. And third and fourth. You'd rather play the number 2 team or the number 1 team in the playoff. First pitch here.
Outside.
Maya Waldron is up. RBI single and a run. Also popped out. And we heard Ontario fans in the second inning when they're kind of starting their second run talking about for round robin play and tiebreakers. It's popped up over to third. And Zoe Hicks runs that down. And that's actually going back to the top of the second. That's 5 outs in a row for Amber Baker. First out here in the top of the first. Or top of the fourth, sorry. 6 in a row?
And that's a correction on that. We now have number 21 hitting Ontario.
But yeah, Ontario, going back to finish that thought, they're talking about the bonus in that tiebreaker points you get from mercy ruling. We'll have to see if there's a minimum innings for that, if it comes into play. But, I was once told I have to be impartial on air, and I say I didn't sign anything. I'm from Manitoba, so I hope Manitoba does well. And it's not that I'm cheering against Ontario, because I'm cheering, all these teams. I'm glad they're here, but I'm cheering for Manitoba just a little bit more.
Well, we are the Manitoba Sports Network.
Exactly.
So I think we're allowed to be a little bit impartial here.
Yeah, Buck Martinez, he cheers for the Blue Jays, and it's fun.
Change here. Anna Chaco coming out. Hitting for Chaco is number 21, Tara Taylor. Ontario manager looking to get all their bats involved, it looks like, or as many as possible.
And that's a ground out.
Taylor grounds out to the pitcher.
Again, Baker, six in a row, going back to the top of the second.
Playing second base, number 30, Caitlin Tamatsugu.
Tamatsugu has a 2 RBI double and reached on a walk. Comes up for a third plate appearance. Now, last year, Ontario, they had T-shirts actually made they would wear between games, and I think they might have had sweaters. Second pitch here, 1-1 is the count. And I said Ontario versus everyone, and we kind of joked with some of the players and coach and how it's probably true, especially with how strong they were showing, that everyone was kind of like, you're cheering for your team, and number two, whoever's playing Ontario, and be interesting to see, especially now you're coming in, you're defending champs here from last year. Third ball, 3-1 count. Just kind of that chip, that motivation of we gotta beat them all and we gotta do it again. Another high pitch. Walking Tamatsugu. So first base runner against Amber Baker, I believe.
Correct.
She came in with people on, but she left them where they were, and 6 outs in a row. Now with 2 outs here, the top of the fourth. Ontario is up 9-1, opening game of the 2018 Women's Under 21 Invitational. Little high.
Amber Flanagan, first at bat. She came in for Jessica McPherson in between innings.
McPherson, she got hit and she walked in her 2 at bats. Got a 2-0 count here.
Interesting to see Amber Baker pitching, not listed as a pitcher on the scorecard. With Manitoba playing 2 games today, I think this comes down to our management targeting, trying to get that win tonight at this point in this game, down 9-1.
Of course, with how solid she's been pitching, it's maybe we will see.
Maybe we will.
Of course. There's only 2 spots as far as position, so if you're someone who can play 3 or 4 or what, high is hacked down, and that gets by second base. Base hit for Flanagan. The runner she's out. Oh no!
Smart play.
Tamatsugu overran second, went back to second, but second baseman got the ball so fast, and it was a sliding play there at second. And the calls out, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So it's a base hit to end the inning, but an out, and Manitoba gets out of the top of the 4th without letting up a run.
Heads-up play by the right fielder, keeping the great awareness of where everybody is on the baseball diamond, and seeing that overrun, getting the ball quickly, and a nice tag to...
They go into the bottom of the 4th inning. Manitoba will be coming up to bat. They are down 9-1 against Team Ontario, defending champions of this invitational. We will be back after this commercial break.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none.
Over there, I think.
The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents rivals any other community, which is why Stonewall is a great place to call home.
First pitch, bottom of the fourth.
Zoe Hicks, second time up in the first, and she flew out to second base.
I have a ground out.
Or ground out, sorry.
Second pitch strike. Hey, you don't fly out to the infield, you pop out to the infield.
Pop out. Wow.
A little high outside, 2-1. Now it's your first time doing baseball, so I gotta...
No problem.
Gotta be gracious. Pitch in the dirt, 3-1. Team Saskatchewan deciding they've close enough to the game. They'll start their warm-ups here behind us. Green, white, and yellow.
Ontario's jersey feature a flag on them, the Ontario flag, right underneath their team, Ontario.
Hard hit from Hicks. Oh, wow, it was close at first base there. Glenn, sound issue? Did you see on Facebook?
No, it's fake.
You see your comment, Cindy. I've told Glenn, and he has this puzzled look on his face, so we'll see if nice hit by Hicks, but second baseman is there to get the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. So we'll get a look, and if you give us an update that it's fixed or it's not fixed, or it always helps us, because I can't listen to the sound. Cassidy doesn't listen to the sound because feedback in the mics, and I can barely do my job as it is. Don't need another distraction. First pitch here, nice hard drive. Caitlin Wilkinson.
Oh! First baseman came off the line. First baseman went to go grab that. Second base picks it up. Nobody to throw to.
Yeah, there's kind of miscommunication. Julia looking to grab it, and second baseman to cover at first, and Wilkinson gets a single. So Emma Baker comes up. She has a hit her first time up. On our end, it looks like the sound's good. So if you're having sound issues, reload the page, and stolen base try, but caught is Wilkinson.
Baxter throws out the base entrance.
So if you could let us know if that works. If you're like my dad, he likes to have 100 tabs open. Close a few tabs, that will help with sound too. And if you're not like that, maybe either refresh the page, restart your browser, and but let us know. 2-0 is the count. Slow breaking ball, driven over to short. Short throws it to first and gets it in time. And Baker goes down, and that's 3 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Ontario still up over Manitoba, 9-1. I think we're still having issues with one of our cameras, so we're down to, I think, well, we have another center camera, so we're down one camera, we're up one camera. But unfortunately, at a baseball field, it's not like a hockey rink where you kind of got Wi-Fi, surrounding the whole place, so you have cameras everywhere. But we want more outfield cameras, but the Wi-Fi just doesn't reach that far for those cameras, so it's unfortunate. Hope one day they get a system set up so we can come out from center field and you can watch a kind of more like a professional watching the pitch from up and over. So Amber Baker is coming up to warm up here in the top of the fifth. I just got to say, too, got a shout-out to the Fines Field broadcasting booth up there for the in-stadium booth, and they have the greatest music. a lot of like the upbeat Irish songs. They're fun. So now they got Angry Worms. I think they're from they're from Alberta, I believe. Edmonton. Ontario Sucks is one of their songs. I wonder if they'll play that.
Got it loaded up.
The Pirates song right now on the River Saskatchewan. But it's fun. It's a fun atmosphere here. I mean, people I think are starting to wake up more from the early game.
Mm-hmm. I feel maybe a little bit of a wind pickup coming in from left field, it feels like.
We're going to hope for that. Yeah, especially blowing on our faces would be nice all weekend. Again, today our high is only 30, 31. Tomorrow 34, and then we have 2 36s.
Mm-hmm.
No clouds. Oof.
Well, we are only right beside Stonewall Quarry Park has a nice man-made beach. So set up.
I think Glenn will take over so we can run and jump in one inning. Megan,
do a quick dip.
Yeah. Megan Crandall is up here in the top of the 5th. Two-0 pitch. Breaking ball. Flops over to second there.
Ooh.
Almost had the same issue as Julia and her second baseman last inning where Jade runs over and then realizes the second baseman's playing. You got to get back to base, and then the throw a little high, just kind of able to get there, though.
Good job to stretch up there, grab it, keep your foot on the base.
Stephanie Ellis up to bat here. Hit by a pitch. Ground out, stolen base. Drives it to left. It gets over the left field, and that'll go to the fence.
Good.
Able to hold her up there at second, so it's just a hard drive deep into left field. And we talked about these big fields, these pro fields, they don't play as far back as the pros. So when you get one of those deep balls, you have a lot more room, or not a lot more room, a lot more ground to cover back, and it hits and rolls to the fence about 330 feet. 230 yards would be truly impressive.
Got the golf club out.
Yeah, I can't hit a 330 in golf. Julia Jodwin. Low pitch. Ooh, off the catcher mask. Off the bounce.
Good job to get in front of it there.
Got a special junior correspondent here. Hopping on our shoulders. 1-0 pitch to Julia. A little high. Now, I will say this. I hope the wind doesn't pick up too much. I did 2 baseball tournaments last year, and twice I was in the ER with as a hit just over the second baseman. That'll likely drive in a run. RBI single for Julia.
Ooh.
Jodwin with an RBI single.
Yeah, I think Jodwin got something like 13 or 14 RBIs leading the tournament last year, somewhere high in that low to mid-teens. Yeah, as I was saying, the dust from the batter's box. Ooh, first pitch in the dirt, and Julia will make it over to second. Oh. Did she? Very close. That was a strong throw from Caitlin Culleton. And at first I thought there was no chance, and then it was a very close. And when that
kind of bounced up into Caitlin Hepner's more of the midsection there. Tough to get the tag on.
Mm-hmm.
Good effort, though.
And both baseball tournaments last year, the wind it blew enough sand that it hit and punctured a hole in my eye. And I get here, and Glenn's giving me a hard time about how there's always something wrong with me at these tournaments. And I tell him control the wind. And he hasn't been able to do that yet. But
well, at least we have a big cooler of water, as we're expecting some scorchers the next few days.
3-0 pitch. Getting that easy strike. Emma Carr. I almost said Caitlin. There's so many Caitlins on both. Oh, I guess there's only one on Ontario, and there's a few on. It's like 3 on Manitoba. Low pitch. Carl walks. So I like the wind in the face, but at the same time, maybe it should come from behind and side just for my safety. So I have sunglasses, and they're more for safety than actually for the sun, as we have a sunshade here. Emily Baxter, she's been hit twice. I believe she's the one that took that second one, was hard off her elbow. She has the elbow pad now. Made Ontario coach run to his bullpen and say every batter elbow pad now. And
She's both times she's reached base, she's come around to score.
Ooh. Inside, just catches the edge. It's top of the 5th, 1 out, 10-1 for Ontario. Baxter with runners on first and second, 1-1 count. Ooh, just tips it down. Of course, as an athlete, you take one in the elbow, and you're going to bat next time. And, you know, the coaches, your arm's going to have to be actually falling off before you actually say, well, maybe I shouldn't. But even then, they'll probably just grab some tape and want it up. So, coaches, he wants his players to not be playing through that, obviously, and protect themselves. So, you see it, you know, as the older you get, the more stubborn athletes get. As far as playing through pain, as that hit goes, shortstop just not able to keep it down, and that will load the bases. Baxter gets a single.
Would have been in tough to get an out at second the way she slid to try to stop that one.
And stopping the way she did might have saved the run, though, that if it would have slid all the way to center field, see Julia running in, but she held up at third. So again, with an out here, bases loaded, but you still have the double play ball. And last inning, they ended with an amazing double play. Hard hit, and that'll get at least 1 run in. We'll see if the second comes around, and nope. RBI single for Maya Waldron. That's her second RBI single of the day. Julia Jodwin. My chicken scratch is so scrambled. I have to leave Cassidy with the more official stats. Of course, we don't carry the official stats that's up in the booth behind us, but first pitch has popped and back.
Looks like somebody missed a catch there.
Tara Taylor.
Came in for Kalana Clarkson earlier in this game.
Tara's from Niagara Falls, Ontario. 17 years old. Pop, and that's coming back.
You got no pad?
There's some interaction between fans as a couple balls in a row go back. As that's hit into right field. That'll jet down. 1 run is in. Second run coming around. That'll extend the lead. Sarah Taylor knocking in 2 runs.
Amber Baker was just such a strong outing, but reaching kind of the end of her pitch count here, and she's up to 49 pitches, so she will not be pitching tomorrow for sure. But of course, she can pitch on Saturday if she comes out now. But I mean, Ontario, you rally against them, but the thing about Ontario is they're so good that they'll stomp on it and just not let you finish it, not let you keep that momentum. So it's going to be a very hard team to beat. Amber does stay on the mound again. She has another 11 pitches or so. before, now that she's over that 45 to get to 60, which is the next cutoff. If she goes over 60, she won't be able to pitch until Sunday if Manitoba reaches the bronze or gold medal game. First pitch strike up against Caitlin Tamatsuku. Tamatsuku has a 2 RBI double and reached on walk twice. A little down inside.
Was caught stealing to end last inning. Or, yes, last inning.
That was that play at second where just a heads-up play and has popped up.
Yeah.
Didn't quite drive it hard enough at Glenn, who's moving around trying to set up another camera here, trying to get more angles at home base. 1 and 2 is a count. 13-1 Ontario lead here in the top of the fifth.
Trying to get these angles right.
Popped short. That's Hetner. That'll be the second out, so that'll some breathing room to Manitoba here. Looking at the wrong sheet.
Yeah, Amber Flanagan.
Right field number 4, Amber Flanagan.
Looking like I don't think that's number 4 Brittany Langley. And no, wrong sheet on me. Low ball. See Betty Ann thanking us for the coverage. Well, thank you for watching us. We do second pitch. Hop. Jamie Johnson comes over and gets that pop out, so that's the end of the fifth, top of the fifth. Now it is 13-1, so Manitoba, if they don't want this game to be cut off early, will need to get a win here. Or, sorry, not a win. Get some runs here. 3 runs here. I'm not sure if there's a minimum inning, but there is a minimum inning for the Mercy Rule. It is 5 innings. 13-1 for Ontario over Manitoba. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth after a word from our sponsors.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none. The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents rivals any other community, which is why Stonewall is a great place to call home.
Leading off for Team Manitoba, number 26, Laura.
And we're back, bottom of the fifth. Well, I was going to say Lauren, but no, it's Laura. Kilbride is up to bat. And we figured out some of the sound issues. Apparently, I have to stay monotone when I try to, not make you listeners fall asleep. That's when we have issues. My voice changes, so I apologize for that.
Got to pull out the golf commentator voice.
Baseball's a little bit more exciting than golf. It's a little Ooh, high swing. By Kilbride.
Flew out to center, first time up.
1-2 pitch. As driven, and it's out to center again, and again a play, but good contact there. Of course, her fly out to center, her first time up, kind of started their run where they did get a bunch of people on base, a run in. So we'll see if we'll get some more solid contact here in this next group as we did the last time this round was up.
Change in the substitution for Manitoba, Brittany Langley.
Popped and right in front of us, up high on the fence. Yeah, in baseball, there's a few times in innings where you get excited. Golf, if you're lucky, in one 6-hour broadcast, there's a shot that makes you go, oh, that was actually kind of cool or impressive. Or
throwing shade at golf.
I actually kind of enjoy watching golf, but you just don't get excited too much. Sometimes they'll hit the ball out of the shallow water, and it's kind of fun. Ground out there.
Yep.
That'll be 2 outs after the 5th.
Grounds out to the 3rd. Back to the top of the order for Team Manitoba. Now batting the catcher, number 7, Caitlin Culleton.
We have Caitlin Culleton, catcher. Cassidy should do all the interviews today, I think. Look at our faces. Who would you rather look at? Got the and you got
Caitlin Calton up here. In the dirt.
a 1-1 count.
Something stuck in your eyelashes. I think it's out. Yeah, it looks like it's out.
1-1 pitch coming up here. Inside.
Ontario up 13-1 right now. Only out hitting Manitoba 8-4. Some control issues for Manitoba pitchers early in the game. And Ontario jumped all over that.
Ontario, they're going to be a little bruised after this game. High pitch, swung on and hit. That's back out, making the center fielder work again, and she runs it down. That's Emma Carr out there. Now, you weren't here last year, Cassidy, but Emma Carr, I remember that name, and a lot of it was for the hitting, but also for her outfielder play. She did amazing and just able to track it down. And that'll be the end of the game. The mercy rule enacted 13-1 Ontario over Manitoba.
Line up on the first baseline after the handshakes as we present.
So we'll have a player of the game right away, and then we will be interviewing one of the Ontario players. Maybe Julian, first baseman. See if try to get Cassidy's trying to make up his mind. Now this is Cassidy's first tournament here, interviewing people, and so he's got to know first game. All right, he's decided. We'll be trying to get Tess Foreman, starting and winning pitcher for Ontario. Actually, I shouldn't say winning because she didn't go 5 innings. I'm not sure how that works in this, but we'll get player of the game.
Thank you to both teams as we got this 21U Little Championship underway. And for our first game here are players.
And here we have player of the game.
Team Manitoba, the player of the game was number 28, Amber Baker.
Amber Baker for Manitoba, which is well deserved, just coming in a solid pitching showing.
And grabbing a hit as well, so helping her own cause a little bit.
Julia U21, winning player of the game. So we'll be back after a commercial break with an interview with Julia.
Yeah, we got a short cord here. We're just going to grab Julia Judin here for an interview after the game, player of the game for Ontario. And they're just having a team meeting, grabbing some pictures here. So we're just waiting for that, and you can, I guess, look at my pretty face. Bit of an extended meeting here for Ontario. So just waiting on Juliette Judin, who was the player of the game for Ontario in their 13-1 win in the opening game of the Under-21 Invitational over Manitoba. So just looks like they're just breaking up the meeting now, so just give us a couple seconds to grab Julia. Well, false alarm. Looks like they need to do the picture as well. So, bit of a delay here. So, sorry about that. Blame Team Ontario. Here she comes. So, she's jogging over here. No problem. Okay, so Julia, pretty good game for yourself. Can you maybe were you expecting to start off this strong?
I mean, I was ready. I felt ready. You know, I've been looking forward to the tournament for a long time. I've been working hard, so it's really nice to see that pay off, and a great start to the tournament. So hopefully it stays as well.
You guys show some good plate discipline, especially early in the first. Do you think that's a strength of your team?
Absolutely. You know, we've definitely worked a lot on that, and it's improved completely. So, you know, that's really key in games, and it's a great advantage to have with your team. So, yeah.
And obviously, starting off, getting the Mercy Rule game, is that big for your team in terms of confidence or getting that result for tiebreaker? What can you maybe take me through your thoughts about that?
Yeah, no, I think we're just super excited to get a good start. It definitely, you know, kind of sets the tone for our team. You know, we're here to win. We're going to play, and we're not going to let off the gas pedal at all. So, yeah, huge confidence-wise. We're ready. We're ready.
And obviously a pretty good game for yourself. Obviously had a great tournament last year, hitting quite a few RBIs. You're looking to improve on that this year, do the same. What are you looking for this year?
Yeah, just looking to, you know, do the same thing. You know, do as best as I can, you know, have the same results, because that kind of stuff puts the team forward. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to having my shot at it again.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to add about today's game? Or I guess you have 2 games tomorrow, so get off easy on the first day, but a little bit tougher of a game day tomorrow.
Yeah, we do have 2 games today as well.
Oh, I'm wrong then. I'm okay. But so you have a game today. Maybe looking for the same result, obviously, in that one.
Yeah, I mean, gonna do the same thing hopefully, and have the same mindset, be ready to go.
Okay, thanks, and thanks for doing this, and congrats, obviously, and good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think that'll do it for the first game. Again, final score, Manitoba 1, Ontario 13, so a bit of a blowout here to start this tournament, But we'll be live next at noon. I believe it'll be Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia right here at Fines Field in Stonewall, Manitoba. Be sure to tune in for that one. And thanks for joining us this morning here on the Manitoba Sports Network.